All right, so I'm going to do a quick, chronicle of how this rifle came together and what brought it all together. So it started when a friend of mine got me this MDT mag for Christmas, and one of the feed lips was bent in and mashed up, and I honestly haven't had good success with MDT products in the past, so I just tossed it in with my brass. I forgot about it for a few months. When I was on Sniper's Hide, someone mentioned that MDT made a magazine at some point that worked with one of their chassis and fit inside of a Winchester 70 without having to modify Winchester 70. So, with that information, I started looking for an MDT chassis, found out that they already discontinued the one for the Winchester 70, and I couldn't find one. So I sat on that for a couple months. I was playing a video game with a friend. In that game, I was using a 300 Win mag. This is a 300 Winchester short mag, and it hit me in the middle of playing video games that the magazine itself is what doesn't clear in the action. And if their chassis takes AICS, then it doesn't matter. I can just use any chassis. Sure enough, it just shoves right in to an unmodified. This is an FN PBR. I have FN SPR as a verified. It works with them as well. So it'll work with Winchester 70. It goes right in. The clearance on the rear goes in. Even though, comparing this by eyeball to the rear of an actual AICS mag, they look identical. I couldn't figure out the difference. It must be very slight. But sure enough, it goes in. Since it's an AICS mag and a Winchester 70 that's not, specifically designed for AICS, there's no over travel stop or no stop for how far it seats. But I found that all I do is put it in, pull it down to the mag release. That's it. Done. It works. I've got over 200 rounds fed through this 100% reliably after I modified it, because obviously it is a 300 Winchester short mag, which I happen to have brass for right on the ground over here that I didn't prepare for. And you can see the difference between the two cartridges is massive. I mean, that's like the difference between 223 and 308 right there, So obviously they're not going to work in the same mags, and this is a 308 mag. What I did was I bent the feed lips while I was at the range so that 300 Winchester short mag would sit higher in the mag. Now I bet I could make it go even higher still, and the way I did the bend was terribly. As you can see, they're not straight. I mean, they're bent badly. I didn't use calipers. I didn't use a specific tool. I actually took a Leatherman multi-tool and just bent them out. And you can see that I scraped them up. I did not do a good job. I believe it was this feed lip was folded like 90 degrees flat with the followers. The follower like sat down. Oh man, it was ugly. But with almost no work, I mean, it wasn't even a 5-minute job at the range with a friggin' multi-tool. And look how nasty of a job I did. It works. 200 for 200. Thanks, MDT. I sent them an email. They said, hey, send us back a video. And you know what? They deserve it. These are my favorite rifles. They work better than any other rifle I have ever used. I love everything about this action. It's buttery smooth. And it works every time because of that big old claw extractor. These things are perfect. I'm glad FN is making them, or was making them. And again, thanks MDT. The feed lips for this mag were for a 308 mag, or for 308 ammunition, but I'm shooting a significantly larger case head than that. All I did was bend the feed lips out. I made sure that the feed lips cleared the bolt, which they did the whole time. Me bending them out didn't affect that at all. This is a normal short action, 308 length. So as you can see, it's a short action caliber, the 300 Winchester short mag. That's it, man. I'm really, really happy. I'm going to order like 3 more of these, so I've got them for all of my FN actions. Actually, funny enough, The original bottom metal that came with this gun is crappy as hell. I mean, it is very unreliable. You can load one round in, and it'll feed it into the chamber, control round feed it perfectly. But if you have 2 or 3, when you extract that first round, the round below it pops out of the magazine and clears the ejection port, just flies out of the gun, just boop. And then if there's a third round, it's doing something funky and you have to like reseat it. So it wasn't a repeater with the original bottom metal. The 308 ones though, they were 100%. I love them. But I got this in the 300 with this kind of flush mag that I really don't like, and it did not work. And I figured, well, I'm only going to be single feeding it anyway. It's a Magnum caliber, no big deal. But no, I'm super happy. I got this 10 round 308 mag, which is actually a 7 round Winchester short mag. This is a McRee chassis that the original buyer purchased in the raw. It was just bare aluminum because it's cheaper that way. And he spray painted it. And then he sold it to me without a stock on it. So I bought a Ruger Precision stock off of some guy on Sniper Side for $20. Because people always swap these out of their rifles. They don't think they're good enough. And I had to cut this little bar here that normally would index on the back of an AR or the Ruger Precision rifle, which has a little thing for it to sit in. But putting it on this rifle, that would have hit me in the hand, so I had to cut it back a couple inches and then cut a new slot right here for this screw to index into. And because I had to remove some stuff, I actually put just like Home Depot washers in there. Like there's literally just zinc washers. This thing is just a collection of like garbage parts, like an A2 grip, spray painted. I pulled this scope off of my RPR, which I was using for both left and right-handed shooting. Hopefully this is in frame. So it's got 2 bubble levels. It came unthreaded, so I had to get it threaded. So I've been calling this thing my ghetto rod, just because it's a collection of garbage stuff. Like I traded an Atlas bipod for this, so the chassis cost me $200. The stock cost me $20. The rifle originally didn't even work. I had to take a mag that was busted and bend it with a multi-tool just so it would feed. And it feeds 100%. And again, thank you, MDT. End of story.